I had a mobster teach me 3 key lessons years ago, right? And one of them was never ask for money. How could that be? I'm going to be in business. I'm not going to ask for, no. Provide value first. The money will come later. All right, guys, we are talking money mindset. So, this is a tricky one, right? Because on the one hand, you don't want to be so focused on money, on the outcome, that you don't focus on the process of getting there. And on the other hand, you want to be focused on profitability and the outcome, because if you're not going to exist as a company. So it's a tricky one to balance. If we use the analogy of racing, whether you're an Olympian or just you're going out there as a weekend warrior, the process we talk about is the fun part. All that training that leads up to the start line, and then you come across the finish line and you earn that medal, but it's not about the medal. It's not about the finish line. It's that whole road leading up and the trials and tribulations and the headaches. So in that example, the gold medal, the finish line, is money. And if you get too focused on that, well, what happens? God forbid, what if you don't finish, right? What if you don't make that? Like if you're so hung up on the money and you're not enjoying the process, which is 90% of the time you're going to be spending, especially we're talking about business here, this is going to be a large part of your life, you've missed out on life. But on the other hand, money's important. It pays the bills, makes payroll. So we've got to balance those two opposing forces here in the money mindset lesson. Let's go into a little history though. I think it was the 1700s when money was actually invented. There's a great book you should read called Millionaire. And so the world existed before money existed, right? We bartered, we had gold coins and stuff. So, and I've gotten people to do tremendous amounts of work on the farm, in Spartan, whatever, before we had any money to pay them. They were so excited about what we do, and they still are, that our currency, our money, became our purpose. The fact that we change lives. So if you're lucky enough to build a business that is doing such good, I mean, think about all the charities out there where people volunteer. We get over 1,000 volunteers at every one of our races. So why do they do that? Because our purpose is so fucking awesome that people do it, not for the money, but because they want to be part of this thing. And so when you think about your business, make sure that you're doing something that big, that exciting, that it's not just about the money. That said, we still have to make payroll. We still have to make tough decisions every day. We still have to be profitable. We got investors to answer to. We got banks to answer to. So I get it. It is a touchy, difficult, scary subject. Be careful, guys, because people, not just business owners, not just entrepreneurs, not just companies, will base their entire self-worth, their existence, on how much money they have or don't have. And that's ridiculous. You've got your fingers, you've got your toes. By the way, I know plenty of people missing arms and legs, and they still are happier and nicer and harder working than folks with all their fingers and toes. So it doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have. What matters is that you enjoy the process, that you love life, that you help people, and you do the right thing. And if you do the right thing, and you're a long-term thinker, not a short-term thinker, and you're resilient, and you embrace failure, all the things, all the lessons we've taught up until now, money will not define you. Because it comes and goes. You're going to have months and quarters and years where you're flush in money. You're going to have times when investors can't give you enough money, and then you're going to have really dry periods. Steve Jobs, right, nearly went out of business with Apple, got thrown out, had no money, then had plenty of money. So anybody that's in this game that we're in, which is building a business and getting after it, you better get used to the fact that it's a roller coaster. Some days you have it, some days you don't. So if you define yourself based on how much money you have, you're going to have some pretty miserable days. There's a great story of a football coach. The team had just won a very important game, and they came into the locker room, and the coach started screaming at the team. And the team, they all looked at each other and looked at the coach. "We don't understand, coach. We just won." He said, "Hey, that was the external scoreboard. The internal scoreboard says we could have did better. We practice better than this. We do better than this. So the point is, when you're flush in cash, when you're making plenty of money and times are good, just make sure that you don't let it go to your head, that you're conservative, that you're preparing for those rainy days because they're going to come. And remember, it might not be because you're doing everything right. There might be other reasons why you're making money at that moment. Maybe a competitor went out of business, whatever it may be. So those times don't last. Kodak, many of you may or may not remember, it was like the biggest, largest company in the world. It was the most recognized brand outside of Coca-Cola in the world. Bankrupt. They come and go. From the 1950s till today, there are very few companies, I'm talking giant companies, the brands that very few still exist today. All right, here's the deal, guys. Money is just a tool, only came into existence in the 1700s. It is a way, it's like a lubricant that goes from one person to another so we could exchange goods and services. That's it. Don't let it go to your head. It's not, it's not godly. It's not like, it literally is just a tool. Be more focused on you being a good person, being happy, not burning out, taking care of your employees, having an amazing purpose, being resilient, and then the money just comes. It's exactly like the ancient Spartans said. Do a great fucking job in the here and now, and all the rest will take care of itself. By the way, I had a mobster teach me 3 key lessons years ago, right? And one of them was never ask for money. How could that be? I'm going to be in business. I'm not going to ask for, no. Provide value first, the money will come later.
Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this founder.